Welcome back, and welcome to Interstellar Dystopia. Today, we will be meeting once more to go over the story of those that have survived the fall of life and the apocalypse that is known as existence. When last our adventurers had been together, they had found an old foe, moments from telling them some vital information, when a random gunshot is heard. A bullet comes whizzing through the air, loud crack of noise. And one known as Jonathan, an entity that our Jack Blackman has had a number of interactions with over the years, falls dead in the streets. As her eyes are turned upward to the source of said bullet, we see a gentleman, doffed hat, dark attire, sharp chin, looking very similar to one Jack himself, who identified himself as Whistler, and a slightly older woman, eyes weary and crying, looking out. And Jack knew this woman to be Loretta Lynn. As Loretta stepped through a dimensional door and stepped away, we saw Whistler give a two-finger salute before stepping outward as well, leaving the telemetry and guidance area of Sahara Complex in an eerie silence, nothing more than a corpse on the ground and lost opportunity. And that brings us to the perspective of one Jack. Jack, you literally just watched your fair fatale disappear off into the distance, and an individual that looks very similar to you itself walk not far behind her. Do tell, how do you take in the situation for today?
I honestly think if Jack was a barbarian, he would totally rage. So at this point, he had her in his grasp, basically, like saw her at everything. And then the fact that she is just gone again, it's like he's irritated, but also heartbroken at the same time. So it's like he's kind of throwing stuff around and cussing up a storm, and basically just kind of throwing a Kylo Ren temper tantrum here, if that makes sense.
It does to a degree. As you're going through your rage and you're just kind of trying to compartmentalize, dealing with the grief, dealing with the disbelief. How could she be here? How could this be happening? Who is this Whistler? Why did he shoot first? You hear a dull clang, clang, clang off in the distance. Something metal striking metal. And you hear the grunt of effort. Maybe someone or something is here in the facility. Do you choose to investigate?
Yes.
Due to your grief and your anguish, I'm going to say you're going to have a -1 to your roll for investigation, but please do make me an investigation check. And do better than... Oh, that's a 17 for the DM. Why are you treating me good today, Dice? Where's the 1? Where's the 1? But seriously, what do you got for me?
Just a moment.
Take your time.
I have a 19.
Beautiful. Beautiful. On that 19... your ears pick up, and it is a rhythmic banging, as if someone is trying to break open something or break out of somewhere. You're familiar with this particular rhythm yourself, as you made this very same cadence cracking out of a cryopod, awakening on the RLS Unity. Do you choose to help whoever is trapped?
Yes.
You make your way to one of the security rooms nearby, to where there's an area for public sitting. Kind of a general, everyone works together, kind of comes to this commissary area. It's got a lot of computers, personnel quarters. And you notice that one of the doors has been sealed from the outside. There's a bar across it, stopping it from opening. Do you choose to remove the bar?
Yes.
As you remove the bar, it takes almost no effort. Like, it's almost second nature to you. You pull it off, and the door opens. And on the other side is a young gentleman, Tyrus. You've managed to claw your way from inside of your cryopod, finding yourself in one of the nearby security-attached living quarter rooms. And as you go to finally strike that last bang on the door to make it open, you see a gentleman in dark attire with a stylish black fedora-style hat, gun belt at his hip, rounds strapped across him. You recognize this individual. You've seen pictures of him in the security mainframe. This is Jack Blackman.
I'd like to follow through with my first bang, but not exactly hit him, but take off his fedora and put it on my head.
So you're going to try and take the fedora off his head as you go to, my goodness. Okay.
Joke,
Jack, what is your armor class?
Let me check here. I believe it's a 15, but let me make sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a 15.
Okay, so your challenge cap is a 15. You have no bonuses, no advantage. It's just a flat D roll, the D20, to see if you can overcome.
Second.
Take your time.
Match with a 15.
You match with a 15. So in the moment of Jack prying the bar off, like his hand is still up in the air with the bar up there, he didn't have enough time to kind of like react quickly to the door open. So you have just enough time to swing the stick, stop, and just grab the hat. So now you're both holding a stick in the air at each other, but you now have the hat.
Yay.
Would you like to roleplay?
Sure.
I'll put 4 minutes on the clock and let you two gentlemen have fun with this. Enjoy.
So as I snatched the hat, I jumped back a few steps, saying, "Thanks for the new hat, man."
I'll pull out my revolver and aim it at him. Give me my hat back right now, or I'll blow your head off.
I put both my hands up. Oh, sorry, just a tiny joke, man. Here you go.
And I take the hat back slowly and put it back on my head.
Oh, what are you doing around these parts, Mr.
Jack Blackman. And you are?
Iris? Nice to meet you.
I throw my revolver and holster it.
What do I do now? I walk around you, just basically examining you as, just walking around to examine you, you know.
And I kind of pace back and forth as I'm looking at you, kind of sizing you up.
You know, my boss, he has some history with you.
Oh, does he? What was his name? I might know him.
Gee, actually, and I don't feel like disclosing that type of information. But I think we'll be meeting each other a lot as we go on here.
You good in a fight?
Better than most.
My guy kind of smirks. I think you and I are going to get along just fine, then. I extend a hand. Welcome to the crew.
I don't really take the hand, but I walk past you. And bend down to check out your.
That was beautiful. You guys are kind of like going against each other, trying to size each other up. The pecs are swelling. You guys are like kind of doing the whole macho man standoff. The sticks are still kind of in the air until they're slowly raised. You guys have kind of addressed each other and gotten used to a working man's agreement to a degree. Even though a handshake may not have been on the table, there's a begrudging respect that has been established. Tyrus, you have movement. You have combat when applicable. You have various roles and things you can do in your turn. Is there anything else you'd like to do after such a wonderful role play?
I do have to ask you a question in DMs real quick because I forgot something.
Not a problem. Not a problem. We have these moments. While you're taking your opportunity to go ahead and send that DM, remember to everybody out there who's listening, enjoying our content, to hit like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you can stay notified when any of our other campaigns, even some of our shorts, manage to hit and come to you. Because we have so many things on the burner, we can't wait to serve them up to you. So, enjoy. The further you help us, the further we can entertain you along the way. So, while I address this DM, what is it you'd like to do for the rest of your turn?
Let's compare guns.
Go ahead, do a gun comparison. Please, I will mute and let you two have fun with this.
So, do you have a name for your gun?
Yes, I do. This one is Sadie, and the other one is Roxanne.
Pretty nice names. I pull mine out. My gun's names are Noir and Noel. And they have armor-piercing bullets, of course. Who wouldn't want armor-piercing bullets? Say they're about 2 inches, not 2 inches. 2.5. 2.5 in diameter. How about your bullets?
I have quite a variety for different situations. So,
got any type of specs on them?
Well, the particular guns that I do have, they can change the ammo type, whether it's incendiary, cryo rounds, explosive. I even have some armor-piercing rounds here on my bandolier.
So it's like infinite ammo, or?
Whatever I can spare. It's self-loading.
Oh, I'd love to have that on my guns. But
as you two are As you two are comparing your gun specs and you're looking over your ammunition types and taking stock of what the other has in terms of gear and versatility, Tyrus, would you roll for me an investigation check, please?
1 second.
Absolutely.
15.
On a 15, as you've been talking with Jack, comparing your ammunition types, kind of taking notes, you hear a very unusual scraping noise. It is very subtle, but it is the sound of something dragging against metal very, very slowly.
Ask Jack if he can hear that.
Jack, do you wish to do an investigation? See if you can hear the noise?
Yes. What is the roll to beat?
A 15.
Okay. 17.
On a 17, you too hear that very faint grinding, something dragging across the metal noise. And you in particular are very familiar with this noise because this noise was one of the first things that greeted you when you arrived to Sahara Complex. You know that the undead that were in the middle of that static storm have finally caught up with the facility and are now kind of fitfully, but mostly uselessly, dragging their limbs across the metal, trying to gain entry.
We have company. Not the good kind.
Doesn't much sound like it.
No, it does
Do you
I guess-
both choose to head towards it?
Of course.
I figured you two would. So you slowly make your way out of the living quarters that's attached, right? Making your way out from where others were put into stasis. Those are working for security because this is like their living quarters that work for telemetry and guidance for the main spaceport. Their job was to maintain the spaceport predominantly. So as you were making your way back into the main hangar bay room, you hear that scraping even louder, and there's an accompanying thud, thud, thud that's getting louder and louder by the second. And that'll bring us to Jack Blackman, our second player for today. Now, Jack, you have been leading your newest found ally towards the sound of the noise, having both managed to identify from the rough direction it's coming from. How do you address the situation? What does your tactical mind call to you to do first?
So I kind of look at Tyrus and I say, you want to go one way and I'll go the other? Split off, do a pincer?
That'll be fine, yeah.
Excellent.
Beautiful. So you both decide to, you choose to flank the outer door where you can hear the undead coming from?
Yes.
All right. DM now gets to roll for what's about to happen. Better pray to the dice gods. I see. As you go to open the primary hatch, which is one of the lead openings to the surface, because you know there's at the spaceport you have an area where you open the main doors, the vehicles come out, techs can work on it, and then it leaves the air sphere to head off into outer space itself, out into the actual orbit of other planets. So as you open the general blast doors to look out, you are going to need to make, for me, a reflex save. So dexterity, both of you. The challenge to overcome in this case, a 19. So I'm going to need higher than a 19 from a Jack Blackman and a Tyrus in this case.
All right.
22.
23.
Tyrus, you both make the check. So you have just enough time to dodge out of the way as a hulking form bursts through the remains of the door. And it is singed. It is in pain. There is marks all over this thing's body. The behemoth that had previously been launched upward and away from the planet managed to come back down due to terminal velocity and crashed through the doors. It is bellowing in rage, but it is very much in front of you. And Jack, you're not even a full 10 feet away from this thing. Its mouth is open wide, and you're seeing black bits and tar and bits of frozen debris from its body just flying out everywhere towards you. Combat engaged.
Son of a bitch. I thought I killed you. I thought you died. And damn, you look uglier up close. How about I fix that?
The creature releases a bellowous rage, literally your direction, having recognized your scent. It has now scented you and has advantage on trying to find you and attack you.
So it's still my turn?
Yes, it is definitely your turn. The creature
Yeah,
came in to start combat. This is your turn.
I'm going to shoot the sumbitch.
As if there was anything else that would possibly be on the table. Of course. The creature's armor class is a 16. You're going to have to overcome that.
Okay. So let's see. We took a long rest, right?
No.
Okay.
You are immediately following the events of seeing Whistler behead Jonathan with a singular round, basically by putting a hole through it, and watching Loretta walk away. So, like, it hasn't even been a full hour at this stage.
All right, just double checking.
I understand. As funny as it would have been, if you recall, you guys ended immediately after a combat was disengaged. So you had a short rest, not a full rest. All right, keep that in mind.
So you don't get everything. I rolled a 21 and a 19.
So you guarantee crit on one of those, but since you didn't roll the 20, you don't get a guaranteed crit. I don't think your pistol's crit range is 19-20. I could be correct. I mean, I could be incorrect. Is it 19-20, or is it only on the 20 for those?
I am not actually sure.
They should have on your character sheet, since you have the laser pistol equipped, it should give you a basic crit range for it. I want to say that most ranged weapons are a crit range of between 19 to 20, and most melees are 18 to 20, if memory serves correctly. We can call it that for now until we recheck and make sure everything is all dotted I's and T's. But we can, for now, for usage, we can call it that, okay? So 19-20 will be a crit for your pistols for future reference, all right?
Okay.
So I will allow you a crit on both of your rounds.
All right.
Now, are you expelling any grit points in addition to this, or are you just doing the basic laser barrage?
Just the basic, because I used my grit points against that golem last session, so I don't have any grit points. So I'm just using what I have at the moment. So yeah, the criticals definitely help. Now, is this thing? Because I remember damaging this thing the session before last. Is it still got that damage pool, or is it still?
Yes, it still has the damage pool. It has lost about 10% of the HP it had since throwing it into orbit and then it crash landing. So it is still hurt, but it is still very much in the fight.
Okay. So let's see here. Because I did a crap ton of damage the last time. Jesus. Anyway, so I'm going to roll the damage now.
Please do, and let me know what that beautiful damage is.
26.
26 points of damage deducted from the behemoth, and you can see that you've blasted some chunks off of its flesh. Little bits of metal have gone flying, bits of bone are now exposed. You mentioned the punch through it pretty good already. Any other actions you wish to take?
I wish to disengage.
Absolutely. Take your 15-foot movement, and creature now has disadvantage on trying to target you. Perfectly fine with me. That brings us to our third player for the day, Celine Donovan. Now, Celine, when last we had met, you had managed to harness some of the power of the Deck of Many Things, using it to great effect, or to fate's folly. Question is, how do you handle things today? You were not immediately pulled into this combat. You were elsewhere in the facility, so you have a choice. Do you head towards the sound of combat, or do you make your way elsewhere in the facility?
Can I do a investigation or an arcana to sense magic or power that I can go to and maybe retrieve?
Oh, absolutely. I'll allow you to do a specified investigation roll. So this will be your investigation bonus, and your proficiency is applied to it, okay?
Okay.
That's a nat one from the DM. Oh, there it is. There it is. Yay. Now we're playing D&D, folks.
I got 21.
Now we're playing D&D. On that 21, you have absolutely no issue by tying your third eye to the senses of the world, almost muting out all noise and distraction. You see lines of energy moving all along the planet, and they start to coalesce in smaller isolated environments to your mind. You see there are various parts all over the planet that have these glowing orbs of energy to you. Whether they be a physical object or a spiritual object, you can sense them, and they are all over the planet. The nearest one to you is in the facility, about 2 kilometers to your immediate northeast.
She goes to that direction.
You start heading towards northeast direction. You can see that you were moving through a hallway of sorts, right? That was connected to the central telemetry building, because it's a fairly large building, all things considered. There's all types of hallways, and one of them you notice is marked Research and Development. Do you choose to enter the restricted area?
Is this where the magic is pulling me towards?
Yes, it is.
Then she will go.
As
She's
you
like,
slowly
"Oh, no,
make
it's
your way.
restricted." And then she looks left and right, and she just pushes the door.
She's like, "Oh no, I shouldn't be here. Whatever will I going?" As you make your way through, your footsteps echo off the walls quietly. The clack, 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 staccato sound being the only thing you hear for all of a couple moments until your magical senses start going haywire. In the very central corridor, there is a large kind of pedestal, right? Surrounded by glass, and inside is a gem. And this gem seems to be shaping itself into different types of geometric shapes every couple of seconds. You see that for 1 minute it appears solid, the next it appears opaque, and then solid again and opaque.
She takes a whiff in that direction, and she goes, "That smells good." And she will try to get this item from this.
Okay, so this is going to involve 2 rolls. The first one is going to be if you don't trigger the security system.
Okay.
So the minute you go to make contact with your hand, I need you to roll for me a dexterity save. That's a 19 from the DM. Okay. Okay. Where once was a 9 has now added 18 more. Holy crud.
Does a 19 on dexterity work?
Oh, you match the DM.
Yeah.
Without an issue, your hand presses against the cold glass that is surrounding the gem. Nothing bad happens. It starts to turn warm to your touch for a moment before, little segment by segment, it starts to vanish, almost as if each part of the glass is made from a smaller pane of something or another. They slowly fade out, and before you, you can feel the energy waves coming off of the crystal, almost like it has a heartbeat of its own. It's a phoong, phoong, phoong pulse rate.
Come to mama.
Now comes the fun one. Charisma check.
I'm good at charisma.
This gem has an influence on the mind. It is attempting to connect to your mind. You will need to pass the charisma check in order to not be pulled under the influence of the gem. That's a 9 from the DM.
Does a 18 work for you?
Oh, absolutely. Double me. I see how it is. You grasp the jewel in your hand, and you see bands of light leave your fingers as it slowly connects with you. Your aura bleeds into the gem, changing the coloration before your personal symbol is emblazed on the front. You now have what is known as a jewel of channeling, but it goes by another name, a trans-dimensional crystal.
Oh. You just another cackle comes out of Selene. Oh, I wonder
as you are as you're cackling to yourself, ruminating on what this jewel will do, you fail to notice that there is a little sheen from a camera lens, as a perspective is watching you right now. But you aren't aware of that. Your player is. But you are basking in the moments of having your jewel. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Can I roll? Can I roll another investigation to see if there's any other forces of magic?
Oh, absolutely. That's a 16 from the DM, so you'll have to do better than a 16 in order to find anything on this particular scout.
Come on. Oh, that's a 15.
Your senses are still being flooded by the influence of the jewel that you have just gained. It's almost like you're riding an energy buzz. You can't quite focus hard enough to find more. It's just all your brain can focus on right now. It's all about that crystal.
One at a time, I guess.
So there any other actions you wish to take on your turn before we pass it?
Can I just get out the room and make my way
Absolutely.
towards the noise?
Yes, I'll say with a little bit more of your movement, you can start making your way out of that chamber and head back towards where all the kabuffle is going on. In the distance, you can hear the subtle clicks of guns and the grunts of flesh across metal.
Oh, sounds like gunfire.
It does indeed. That's going to be fun. As you are making your way towards there, our eye in the sky will pop over to our fourth player for the day. One, Celestia.
Hello.
Hello. Celestia, when last we had seen you, you had managed to elevate across the surface of the planet and help distract the enemy from destroying the life support. You followed your allies off towards the telemetry building, seeing what happened with Jack Blackman and his emotional response to such. You know that the undead are in the nearby area, but there is a choice before you. Do you stay and help your allies in battle, or do you go explore?
I would like to go explore.
Of course. You can go in one of the 4 cardinal directions or one of the supportive. So do you go north, south, east, or west, or any of the southeast, northeast, or other variants?
I would like to go to the west.
As you make your way towards the west, you are heading towards one of the outer ports from telemetry, out towards the actual landscape of the spaceport itself. With almost a little freshness to your senses, feeling the cold vacuum of space, you leave the building behind and slowly make your way to the little barrier line where air is still a pocket and breathable before you head to the planet's surface itself. So you're just kind of walking along outside the spaceport. What do you do?
I would like to look around.
Roll for me an investigation, if you would, please. Do better than ours on that one. That's a 1 from me. What have you got?
18.
On an 18, your eyes kind of do those wonderful little glowing moments where you start to see more of the world than just what your eyes perceive. You see an almost 3-dimensional rendering of the planet before you. Craters in the distance, little sand floating here from an interplanetary wind. But much to your surprise and very much concerned, you can see that there is still a large mass of undead making their way towards the facility. Though some have managed to break in, you almost lose track of the amount of bodies you spot on the horizon. They are just too few to catalog. But you do see one creature amongst them that draws you to the near point of sheer terror. Roll for me a charisma save to ensure that you do not respond to that natural fear.
Hold on.
That's not 20 from the DM.
I got a 14.
On a 14, the literal aura from this creature is enough to almost bring you to your knees. Your eyes widen in sheer terror and panic. No noise can escape you, for you're within the vacuum of space. Even though there's air to breathe, the sound does not carry. All you can see is this towering figure, stories tall, tendrils of blackness literally reaching out everywhere and grabbing nearby undead and pulling it into its maw, feasting upon the bodies. And with every crunch of bone and every snap of sinew, you see the form grow larger and larger, climbing 1 story, then 2, then 4, then 8. It is a colossal beast stomping off in the distance.
Guys, I need backup.
Do you speak that telepathically, or do you speak that into your comms? And if so, who do you choose to connect to so I can give you your role play?
I'm gonna connect that to Pharaoh.
You're going to connect with the doctor? All right, then I will put 4 minutes on the clock and let you two have a little telecommunication role play. Have fun with a melding of the minds.
Hey, I'm gonna need some backup over here. Like, a lot of it. If you can, like, you and maybe one other person, just grab them and come over here, please.
Where are you?
I have exited the building towards the west, and there appears to be this gigantic thing.
Such as?
It's very hard to describe, but it's collecting all the undead and sucking it into their body, and it just keeps growing larger and larger.
I will grab who I can and be there soon.
Thank you.
Beautiful, Celestia. As you give this information, literally sending a mental picture of what you're seeing over to the good doctor. What would you like to do? You have a chance to try and engage into pre-combat. You have a chance to take a disengage action to try and get some distance. There's all kinds of things you could do. I'm curious, what will you choose?
I want to do some combat.
Oh yeah, you are squared up. So the question is, what is your primary target? As a good number of the undead are a distance away, do you choose to help at the nearby opening of the dock where you heard one of the larger creatures enter, or do you head towards the horde of undead?
See, I'm gonna go towards the horde of the undead.
I figured you would. Oh boy.
We only live once. I mean,
you approach the nearest pack of undead, where there's about 15 regular, what we would call rads, basic, not very hard mutated undead, and one colossus that is walking with them. This is your first time encountering a colossus. So, if you thought a behemoth was big, if you thought the behemoth was nasty and mean, these can step on a behemoth and crush it underneath its heel. All you see when you stand in front of the horde is all of these undead and one massive pair of feet, because you cannot even gaze the full size of the creature above you as it stretches into the infinity of space.
not the feet.
Do you choose to target the basic horde of Zeds, or are you going after the big bad?
Nah, I'm a blast a group of whatever the fucks they are called. I forgot.
Rads.
Yeah.
All right. So, what would you like to do in that regard? Are you using one of your mass area spells? Are you using a directed area spell? Do tell. Give detail.
I would like to cast magic missile directly at one of them.
All right. You target and you roll for magic missile. Please roll for damage.
9.
So you do 9 points of damage to that undead. Your magic missile is enough that it literally blasts through one part of the upper torso, leaving an arm and part of the chest ripped off. You can just see some frost-bitten, frozen flesh on the inside, and the heart not even beating, just present in the chest cavity. The creature is still barely alive, but you have managed to basically end it. It's on like 1 HP at best. Any other actions you wish to take? You could...
I want to do something really funny right now.
What do you got?
I just want to... You said it's low on health, right?
Yes, it is.
Can I just, like, very strongly bitch slap it?
Yes, I'll allow you to make an unarmed strike against it. The enemy's armor class is a 10. Please roll higher than a 10 in order to bitch smack your enemy into submission.
I got a 13.
You rear back, and it's almost like you can hear that hand is ready. You let it fly, and you take off the undead head with the last clack. I always imagine you have this look on your face with your lips pursed, kind of like, holding your hand like that wasn't necessary. That is beautiful. Thank you.
And then you just see me sitting there shaking off my hand and going, ugh.
Oh, goodness. Celeste, as you are shaking off the pain from making contact with the undead, maybe kind of pulling some of that flesh off that stayed behind, our perspective pops to one of the nearby attached rooms to main security, where a cryopod has slowly been losing power. Inside, you see a foggy little bit of mist until a hand clasps against the glass. A fist. Punch. Punch. Slowly, the glass cracks, shatters, bursts outwards as a body pulls himself out. You see this to be one Louis Marin. Louis, as you emerge from your cryopod and the complex Sahara's innate neurochip starts to give you information, You slowly see from the security footage that's coming into one of your implants that there's various people fighting all around the general vicinity of Complex Sahara. There are some that's off in the telemetry building that are fighting this nasty-looking monster with misshapen limbs and flesh everywhere. You see off in the distance, not far from the complex near the spaceport, that there's a horde of undead coming. One young lady, a dragonborn of sorts, seems to be almost emitting a cold air around her, is staring down part of the undead. You have enough time to watch the security feed as they literally smack the head off of a zombie. How do you take in the world around you? What is your first go-to, your modus operandi, if you will?
I look around. I try seeing if my weapons are near me by any chance.
Yes, your general gear, your basic pistol weaponry, your bandolero, your flak armor, all of that is on a nearby in a nearby trunk. So you can very easily grab it and get geared up in a heartbeat.
I get geared up and I go to the dragon board.
All right, so you know from where you are, there's an emergency access hatch that you can access from security that'll let you get to the surface in a heartbeat. So walking over to it, you kind of crack your knuckles, slam your fist into the button, and step on the pad. Within a moment, you are pulled through an underground channel of tubes and ejected from a small launch bay onto the surface, where you literally come to a skidding halt on your heels, about 40 foot away from the young iceborne dragon, standing in front of the undead. Now, I would like for you to give me an investigation roll in order to see all of what you come upon.
Nat 20.
DM rolled a 1. On this nat 20, it's like, yes, you've been in the freeze for a little bit, but you have literally been primed for combat. You have been built to do one job, and that is to put the enemy down. The adrenaline starts to surge, your neuronic interlinks and all of your implants start to sync up. You are in the moment. And as such, you have like an almost camera's eye view of each and every undead shambling. And it's almost like trying to run facial recognition for each person while it's happening. But there's so much decay to the body, your database cannot identify the bodies of each person. But you see that they're shambling towards you. A good 14 undead people that may have once been they're general citizens or soldiers or even employees of the facility are shambling towards you in various speeds. And you notice this huge, colossal, hulking creature, easily 8 stories tall, inky black so much you can't even see it against the stars. It is literally taking the stars out of your view trying to look at this thing. It is massive. As a friend of mine once said, mahusive.
Holy you are uglier than my sister.
Ooh, give you 1 burn point for the day. 1 to Louis. So how do you take in this?
I just take aim and I start shooting at the majority of undead that are near the bottom of it.
All right, so you're trying to go for the closest group of undead towards one of the giant monstrosity thing's feet?
Yeah.
I see. All right, so based on the way that your weaponry works, I'll say that you can target up to 3 enemies at once. Their armor class is a 10, so for each shot, you'll need to roll a d20 higher than a 10 in order to hit them. All right?
Okay.
So please, roll for me your... Yeah, well, one at a time. What do you got?
First roll's a 10.
All right, so you managed to just hit that.
Second roll's a 13.
You managed to hit that, no problem.
And the final roll's a 20.
Then you get double damage on your 3rd shot. First and second will be base damage. So if you would, please roll your base damage first, and then roll for me your crit damage and add it all to 1 total.
Okay, so that would be like a d6. 5, 6.
Okay, so 5 for the first one. 6,
3.
that's 11. Okay, so the 17 points of damage that you do with your guns volleys.
Can the Dragonborn hear me by any chance, or am I a little too further back?
You are off to the side. The Dragonborn can hear the gunshot, but they cannot hear you talking or making any movement because you're in space. But they can hear, they at least hear the little pressure waves that are being released from your rifle as you release your shots.
Okay, I make my way towards her.
Okay.
And I just tap her shoulders.
All right, and you wish to initiate roleplay? I take it.
Yes.
Absolutely. I'll put 4 minutes on the clock. Both of you have some fun with it, and we'll see where this goes.
So, I guess you woke this thing up?
Yeah, I did.
Huh. Must be nice. Must be fucking nice.
May I ask, who are you?
From Louis, but they call me Ghost.
Celestia. Not so
Nice to meet you.
pleasure to meet you. I just
Likewise.
like,
So, what is that big monster?
you're asking me.
Well, you
It's
were out here first.
well, I came out here just a little while ago to look around and get away from the rest, unfortunately.
What do you mean? There's more of you guys out here?
Unfortunately, yes, there is.
Well, less talking, more killing. How about that?
Yes, I'd say so.
And we end our role playing.
I was about to ask one
Beautiful.
more thing. Wait.
Oh, please do add in your one more thing before I end the clock.
Though I don't prefer people's methods of these guns and items.
Well, sweetheart, get used to it.
Is there any other action you wish to take, Louis?
No.
Beautiful. Then we will pop our eye in the sky to one Dr. Ferrum, the good doctor. You'd recently communicated some safety to your allies. They went off on and in search of various mysteries. So, how do you take in the environment around you? I'm ever so curious.
Where am I currently?
Currently, you are, because you had last been on the surface, battling with the behemoth, sending the sucker up into the stratosphere. You had made your way back into the main facility with the others originally to do some digging. You'd gone out to the telemetry building with the others, saw what happened with Jonathan. So you would still be in the telemetry building's common area right now.
Okay. And I would most likely be on my way to Celestia, right?
That depends on what you want to do. You choose to head towards Celestia's location, or are you choosing to reinforce your allies in the facility after seeing the blast doors get ripped open by a behemoth? You have that option before you. I'm curious whichever one you'll take.
I would most likely stay and see if they're okay before I leave. So I would head over the behemoth.
Understandable. The behemoth is literally, as it bursts its way through the door, it is trying to claw at Jack and at Tyrus, who have managed to just kind of keep out of its reach, dodging in and out of its blows. This is your opportunity to enter combat with it if you so wish.
Yes, I will do so.
Beautiful. How do you choose to enter combat? Is this going to be another grapple off? Is it going to be Goliath versus Goliath and David took a lunch break? What do you got?
Yeah, let's send David to lunch.
David going to lunch as the grapple coming
David
in.
to lunch, yeah. Would I have any sort of advantage?
Yes, you would, due to the fact that the enemy has blown its quote-unquote sneaky entry. I would say you would definitely have advantage, having already shown the strength to sling the thing up into the stratosphere before. You have the ability probably to do so again. So yes, I would say you have advantage. Moments when the DM laughs uncontrollably, step one.
Yes. Yeah, I love that. I rolled 18 on both dice, and I have a +1, so that'd be 19 total.
Oh, beautiful. Not even an issue. You are going to grapple and lock this thing in a battle of strength. Almost like you negligently think about it. You see it, you like shrug like, I gotta go to work. And you just Hulk in charge, slam into it bodily, locking limbs with it. Like you're not even snarling, you're staring at it impassively. Like there's not even an expression on your face.
It's just another day at work for me. Yeah.
It's another day in the lab.
Would I be able to attack this thing now, or would the grapple be considered my action?
No, due to the fact that you are in grapple, you do have some other cantrips and abilities you can activate without needing to use one of your limbs. So absolutely, you have options on the table.
Okay, well, I would like to use my weapon, the Phantom Touch, because I get an extra 2d6 when they are grappled or prone.
Absolutely. So. This is the perfect opportunity for a Phantom Touch. Your hands are busy. You have to use something.
Exactly. So I'm going to send a piercing blow right through this thing. And I get advantage because it's grappled? Yeah?
That is absolutely true. Yes, due to the fact that you have it in a grapple, you do gain advantage because the creature already had disadvantage to having been locked up in the first place.
14?
Ooh. Did an advantage please re-roll that?
Okay. 16.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
Wait, hold on.
On
Sorry. It was 19. Yeah, 16 though.
Oh, easily on a 19 you managed to clack that bad boy. The previous one you were not quite high enough because the armor class is a 17. But you bash that bad boy out of the park. Your phantom touch, like you can almost see like this little I want to say it's like a corona of light forming in front of your face as like the telekinetic force starts to build before you unleash it like a bullet, running it through the enemy. Please roll your damage.
18 total. Of
18 points of damage. I'm even going to say that you managed to blast this force right into its open maw as its mid-bellow. So roll me double damage.
Ooh, okay. I like that. Do you want do you want the plus on the end too, or no?
Yeah, add them in. All your proficiencies and bonuses at one time. We're going for the caboodle.
Okay, another 17 points.
Oh yeah, so your shockwave of force almost like expands part of the body as it ripples through it. Like it is hurting. It is not long for this world. And as its HP starts to get into a critical state, you notice that it starts to bulge in odd places. The body starts to distend and warp. The limbs changing shape randomly.
I'd squeeze tighter, and I would say, "Do you guys need help?"
Oh, as you're squeezing, it's like almost like the flesh is like bulging like a balloon in various places as you're squeezing. That is perfect. Oh, is there anything else you want to do? That is so perfect.
That sounds like the end of my turn, I believe.
I'm gonna have to make sure I don't shoot you again, because we're in the same situation as last time. Again.
I could bonus action. I could wild shape.
If you wish to bonus action before we move over to our next player, I will give you the opportunity before we do.
Would you allow me to wild shape this thing straight into the ground?
You want to wild shape the creature or wild shape yourself?
Well, I'm Mars, and Mars is me as Ferrum. So I assumed if I would go into Mars, that I'm wrapped around this creature also.
Oh, you know what? You make a very valid point that I had not originally considered. Yes, if you manage to like sink pit this thing into this Martian surface, absolutely, I can let that stand.
Love it. Yeah,
absolutely.
That's essentially what I want to do. That's essentially just what I want to do. I don't want to like. I'm not really trying to do anything else besides just put this thing into the ground, like give it a grave.
As you wild shape yourself, it's almost like your legs and your torso disappear into the planet itself, and you see like various veins of rust and various bits of particulate and dust start to flow up the veins, slowly pull part of the body of the behemoth down into the planet's surface with you. Like it's almost rippling like water until randomly you re-solidify it, and it is now trapped in the ground. It has reduced one of its armor class and now has disadvantage against everything.
I just want its head popping out though, just its maw.
And just so you're aware, you still have it in a grapple with this, okay? So you are still in grapple. That has not been broken. I want to make sure continuity. You were holding your grapple. Yeah, like your grapple has just been basically transformed into earth and hold, okay? That's basically what you've done.
Yep.
I love that.
That's why I am.
I love that. Doctors, you were helping your allies to secure this behemoth and basically tenderize it up. Our eye in the sky pops over to our resident favorite Warlord. He has been spending some time attached to the main telemetry and combat analytics computer, taking some time to update because unfortunately when we were last together, Sir Bell had forgotten to charge his solar cells and crashed right before combat. It is now that our eyes go to him as you see the various lights across his chassis. Progress bar, 97, 98, 99, waiting for next update, 100%. As the droid comes back online, Sir Bell's optics blink as he is back control of his own body. Sir Bell, good to see you charged and back in the fray.
As I was saying, Jack Black, I mean, what's going on? Where is everyone?
Do you wish to plug one of your data receptacles into one of the nearby computers and kind of get an update of what's going on?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to whatever console and see if it has access to cameras or anything around that I could look at and see where at least everyone is, or where the closest person would be.
You originally lost power in the main complex, and so your allies managed to bring you over to the robotics recharging station. So you were in the main Sahara complex, not far from central security. You could very easily make your way into the security suite if you wish to in order to access the computers. You could do that within a 40-foot movement.
Okay.
We'll say you kind of silently jet over.
Yeah, I just walk over casually.
Yeah, well, you don't have legs. You use the floating robot using your thrusters. You kind of like bob along through space.
Yeah, I like I like hum to myself. I'm like, man, it sure is lonely. I've never really been alone. Like,
such a good part. As you're ruminating on your lonely thoughts inside your chassis, probably the most human thoughts you've had in who knows how long. You make your way into Central Security, where you see all types of activity lit up across the screens. You see that one of your allies, Celine Donovan, is in one of the central living quarters. It seems to be lovingly caressing a crystal of some kind, almost like muttering to it and talking as they're exploring. You can see that there's a horde of the undead out on the surface, and you see that Celestia and one of your recently identified by your database allies, but not one you've seen with your own optics before, they are out on the surface fighting some of the undead. Some of your other allies are in the telemetry and guidance computer systems outside by the spaceport, where you can see that they are, with Dr. Ferrum's assistance, in combat with a behemoth. So you have access to all the security data. You even have a chance to watch as, not even a couple of hours ago, your allies inside the telemetry building had seen a gentleman and an older lady literally intervene, say some words to Jack, whose face turned very sour after, before watching them disappear through a dimensional doorway.
I was literally just about to ask if there was any way to like go back and like secure on the security footage to see, pretty much just get like, oh yeah, this is what happened. That would be like my recap.
Oh yeah, literally as you are updating yourself to the computer system, you are getting all of it, the last recordings ever saved and everything. Mm-hmm. So like you were able to see it all. You like it is logged into your databanks. You have every moment for perfect clarity and recall whenever you need it.
You said this is the security room, right? Like main security?
Yep, this is the main security. It normally rises from the ground to the center of the main Sahara complex. You've already had security access due to walking with Jack, so it very easily responds to your presence to rise out of the ground. So you had no problem with that.
Okay. Can I see if there's any weapon systems that are online or that have existed in this area of the complex, or if it would just be cameras and stuff?
Oh, why, yes, you can. I was hoping you'd ask. If you would, please roll for me an investigation with advantage. Due to being our wonderful mechanical friend, you have advantage when interacting with computer systems and technologies. Out of 10, now one for the DM.
Okay, it wouldn't have mattered, but for the record, I originally rolled an 8. So I was already scared. I rolled an 8 with a +5, so I was already scared, but I rolled a 15.
Oh no, DM! Look, it was almost a 19. It was almost a 19, and it just ticked over. I'm like, fate, you have spoken. So you've, as you were looking through the schematics of Sahara Complex, you notice that there is a file labeled "Do Not Access." OD requires verification. You know the OD to be Operatives Director. When you look up who the Operative Director is, you see the name Ollivander Rast listed. Do you choose to access administrative password that's listed on the server?
Sure. Why would you have a file that says do not open? I'm just going to open it.
As you click on the file, you see that there's various images of the one named as Ollivander, who's working at various stages around the complex, setting down the initial landing site, getting the initial building built, bringing in resources from Earth. You see all types of little tidbits and pieces, but what really attracts your notice right now is a set of schematics for what is known as a ground defense system. It looks like it was never really activated, but it was built in to the Sahara complex. If you roll high enough, you could reactivate it.
Finally, some useful data. And I'll try and see if I can reactivate or see any more information about it, like what kind of weapons it is. So I don't want to be launching like nukes at everyone.
Roll for me one more d20 and I'll give you a +2 to your advantage.
Okay.
That's a 19 from the DM. There's what I was looking for.
Another investigation?
Yeah, another investigation.
Damn, a 6.
I'm afraid, though you have found the knowledge of the security system and you see that there's all types of weaponry, you cannot find the activation code anywhere in the file. It's almost like it's dancing just outside of your digital processor's ability to kind of code. Because obviously you have a debugger running trying to figure out what the actual password is. You're trying to crack this, but it's just not quite giving you enough results. You're like, Ollivander 1, fail. Ollivander 2, fail. Ollivander's mother, failed. Date of Ollivander's birth, failed. Nothing is just quite allowing you.
Can I would you accept leaving Mini Bell as like almost like a remote hacking device here, and then because what I want to do is pretty much like I don't know what the actual process is called, but like the way they unlock or like hack through phones that haven't like opened in a while, where they just make a small like program that just runs through every possible password with like I don't know whatever like anything that I would think. So like for instance like the Ollivander 1, Ollivander 2 things, it would just like run through every program. This has either Ollivander or anything that I know related to him.
Absolutely. So you're going to have Minibell set to try and backdoor your way through the security system to get to defenses while you're taking action?
Yeah, while I would start walking to Jack, I guess? To Jack and Aram?
Absolutely. So you set Minibell to start running the calculations. You already have its telemetry data going straight to you. So the minute that the code has been cracked, you will know. And you start making your way slowly through the facility out towards telemetry and guidance, towards where Jack, Dr. Ferrum, and Tyrus are in combat with the demon. It's going to take you at least another turn to get there. But is there any other actions you want to take on your turn while you wait?
I would also like to just spend my time infusing my weapons as I get there.
Oh, absolutely. We'll say you're doing an active channel. Movement does not break it, so you're not breaking your concentration.
Okay.
Beautiful. And that will bring us back around to Tyrus.
Can I do an investigation to see if like anywhere my guns could do some big damage?
Oh, absolutely. That's a 17 for the DM, so please roll better than a 17 to notice if any of your weapons has some special capabilities you have yet to tap into.
Some good. Holy, 23.
Oh, absolutely. On a critical success, you notice that it would be almost child's play for you to move a couple of pieces around from all your interchangeable barrels and get access to your grenade launcher. You have a series of micro-time grenades that are it's kind of like on your bandolero attached to your chest. You have 3 of these grenades currently.
Because I like shoot myself up to the roof, grab onto something, and drop one of the grenades in there as I pull the pin.
So you wish to try and activate a grapple on the ceiling?
Yeah.
Okay, since you're in lowered gravity, you're able to easily go double to even triple your movement than normal because you have less wind resistance, so you'd be doing upward. If you did a dash jump upward, that puts you 70 foot, so that'd be at the roof easily. Okay, yeah, you know what? With a basic movement, doing a run, so you'd have to use your dash action, you could go upward, the requisite foot necessary, and then be able to drop the grenade down on the enemy from below. Grapple to hold on to the roof, I'm going to say that's going to be a 12.
Easy. That should be easy.
So if you manage to grab on with so we'll deal with the jumping up and grapple first before we get to the grenade. So you spring yourself upward, letting the lack of gravity assist you in this. You are heading up to the roof. Your arm is outstretched, ready to grab on and lock for a grip. Roll for me your grapple.
It is 18.
Oh, absolutely. On that 18, you managed to grab a hold, almost sinking your fingers in to the kind of pliable metal that's here, right? Like it almost feels, because of how strong you are, it almost feels like paper in your grasp, but you've got a firm lock on this beam. Your other free hand is easily able to grab any number of grenades from your bandolero. So this is the second part of your attack roll. This is the actual grenade. How many grenades will you be dispensing?
I get this thing in one go, so all 3.
If you're going to drop the entire payload, then I'm going to need you to roll for me 6d12. It's 2d12 per grenade. These are thermonuclear grenades, by the way, just so you're aware.
You said 6 of them?
Yes, you have. So each grenade does 2d12. So I would do it in pairs. So roll your first grenade, then your second, then your third.
That's 54 damage.
Oh, absolutely. On that 54 points of damage, you rain the grenades down. And it's almost like the others can sense what's about to happen. They jump out of the way with just enough time. You're hearing giant explosions and watching literal flesh warp as these singularity grenades, more or less, at this stage, go off, creating a micro warp in gravity, just pulling the flesh in and is shredding it outward. Nobody takes any damage from the general shrapnel because it's all flesh and bone, but there's just a sea of undead guts all over the interior of this building. Like, you made a wave of flesh and bone occur, okay? And it vaguely smells of burnt flesh.
And that's to be expected. I'm looking for a little safe spot to land and drop down.
Oh, absolutely. Now we have to deal with the landing, which is going to be a dexterity save. So you have the benefit of gravity to remove your damage from part of this, or at least reduce it. But the threshold to land safely from dropping down from a 60-foot drop, that's a 2 from the DM. I'm pretty certain you can just like sneeze on your dice and you'll do better, so please.
24.
Oh, absolutely. It's almost like a fucking formality. Pardon it. But you like backflip once or twice on the way down and land very easily, very gracefully after just sending down a hailstorm of destruction with grenades. Mind you, those were the only 3 grenades you had, so you used your entire payload.
As I'm landing down to the whatever's still raining down on me to order.
I wish I had thought of that. If I had grenades.
You've managed to completely obliterate what was left of the behemoth. Like, it had already been critically hurt from re-entering orbit from where Dr. Ferrum had launched it. So you gave it the mercy killing. So you put the behemoth in the dirt. You and your allies have a chance to kind of like collect yourselves and deal with the sea of blood. Is there any role play or any other actions you wish to take at this time?
Get a second to think here. Nope, not really.
All right. Then we will pass on to Jack Blackman. Jack, you literally just watched your newest ally rain an entire hailstorm of destruction down with grenades, almost getting you in the process, but you had more than enough time from your seasoned time of combat to get the hell out of there. So, how do you address the sea of blood and viscera all around the building near you? I'm curious. What are you going to do?
Well, I look at it, a lot of space red, and just stand there for a good 30 seconds just staring at it like, and then I just say, well, I guess it's dead.
You pulled a space red as you made the space red. I love that. I absolutely love that. As you're sitting there dragging on your sig, is there any other action? Do you want to take a roll? Do you want to initiate a role play? Is there anything like that you'd like to do?
I like to do a role play with Ferrum and Tyrus.
Absolutely. I'll put 6 minutes on the clock, and you 3 gentlemen can have yourselves an absolute blast with it, and I'll see you on the other side. Have fun.
Do you have any more grenades?
Nope, those are all I had. I can buy more later.
Yeah, I'll have to get me some.
Yeah, they're pretty expensive, but I'm kind of stacked on money at the time.
I had some before I got here, but I lost them because somebody took them, and I don't know who it was to this day. So, yeah.
Oh, by the way, I'd forgotten to ask, who are these new people? You know?
This is Ferrum, and that.
Continue.
And
Hold on.
It seems like he's kind of in the floor right there.
That is a interesting position. What kind of pose do you call that?
me,
Half ass in the floor? That's what it looks like.
I call it tee off.
I like it.
I like that.
I
That's
I
good.
feel like the 3 of us will be very nice friends.
Oh yeah.
Jack,
Yes.
what's his
Oh,
name?
right. My name is Tyrus.
I'll stick my hand out, and you just see this large, just claw of rust, and like it's just vines and like red everywhere. It just reaches out to you. Just Ferrum is the name.
I grab whatever I could whatever I could gather together with one hand and
I was called by Celestia. I believe we need to go.
I'm just gonna say this out of pocket, but I definitely wouldn't have touched that hand.
It's clean.
Is it though?
I wouldn't touch the other one.
Oh,
What's wrong with the other one?
If you need to ask, you don't know.
I kind of want to know, but at the same time, I kind of don't want to know. So I'm just gonna act like I didn't even ask and I didn't even hear that.
There's an emergency now. I can show you later tonight.
Oh boy. Well, you want to head that way?
On my way.
Just found a few. I'm following you guys.
Let's go.
As you slowly make your way outside of the blast doors and enter towards the air pocket that covers the parts of the landing field and the spaceport where you can walk, you notice very easily the sounds of combat in the distance. You can hear the shambling of the undead moving across the surface of the planet. And every now and then, you feel a tremor run through the entire planet as the large, hulking, monstrous form that's almost blanking out the stars starts to slowly advance towards the facility.
Holy, that is a big boy.
You want to do me any rolls, Jack?
Yes, I would. I would like to roll investigation.
I figured you would. Please do better than the challenge of a 13 from the DM.
Okie dokie. 17.
Oh yeah, you're not gonna have an issue seeing things because the DM rolled bad. So your battle-hardened mind takes a second as you take in that space, right? It like calms the adrenaline, and clarity comes to you. You see this giant hulking form, 8 stories tall, black tendrils pulling off everywhere, literally pulling in undead near it and eating and growing larger for every body it consumes. You see that there's about 14 undead still left, and one had fallen in battle. And as you're watching, you see that there's a large star that is burning and making its way towards the surface of Mars.
Well, my day just got better. And yes, that was sarcasm.
Explain.
I think I am looking either at an asteroid or something. I don't know what that is, but it's big and it is headed toward the planet. So, I don't know whether to run the other way but I don't know whether or not we. Oh my God. Is that Louis? Oh man. Where the hell was he?
As you are taking in this information and you're like categorizing it, you're like logging it all, I'm going to do you an option. You have 2 choices on the table. You can either get closer to where Celestia and Louis are in combat with the undead, or you can try and investigate what's going on with that falling star.
Man. gotta put the 2 hard choices.
Wouldn't be a story if I didn't make it interesting.
I think I'm gonna do a dice roll on this one. 1 through 10, I look for the star. 10 through 20, or 11 through 20, I head towards my allies. So let's see how this goes.
May fortune favor the bold, and your dice rolls too.
Of course. I'm headed towards my allies. Apparently, I rolled an 11.
You
I don't care about that star.
Oh, not a problem. You easily take off towards your allies. The lack of gravity assisting you in traveling further for every footstep you take. It's not long before you're within the general range of your pistols, let alone your other capabilities. So you're right at the border of combat. You can easily still hit things with your rounds from here. What do you choose to target?
I kind of look at Louis for a second, and I still got the space red in my mouth. I'm like, hey, where you been?
As you kind of nudge over to Louis, you take in the combat zone as you've just entered it. Where's your target?
I am going to aim at the big son.
You're gonna aim at the big boy?
Yes, sir.
Oh my. How does an armor class of 18 sound?
Ooh. Is this thing? What are its vulnerabilities? If I might ask.
What are its vulnerabilities? Ooh. Would you like to roll an insight on this creature, see if you can understand anything about it?
Yes, I would.
That's a 2 from the DM.
Oh no, a 2.
Oh no, my pain. Oh,
I rolled a
I had
10.
feelings.
So if you rolled higher, it would have been done for.
You start critically taking a look at this creature, and your neural implant kicks in. Some of the data from the complex itself and all of its security instrumentation starts to pile into your mind. And you know that this is what is commonly known as a voidling. This creature is literally built of the vacuum of space itself and dark energies that go around various stars. It's made of very heavy molecular material, and it's extremely volatile. Back on Terra, back on home, they called these things demons of the night.
So it is not. Is it vulnerable to ice damage, or is it not vulnerable to ice damage?
It does not have any known vulnerability that you've been able to scope.
Oh shoot. Well, I think I know what I'm gonna do then.
What are you gonna do then?
I'm gonna shoot it anyway.
I had a feeling. You ready your guns, son. Roll higher than that 18 in order to overcome that armor class. And let's see how many bullets you can riddle this big boy with.
I got a 19 and a 24 for the hits.
Oh, beautiful. You're going to have double the crits.
Rolling for damage.
Oh, please do, because you're going to love what's happening. Well, you might love it, you might hate it, but you're going to find something of interest in what happens next.
All right. So. 39 damage.
Oh, it eats that 39 damage. Your shots pass through its body, almost doing no damage to the flesh itself. But the creature registers being hit. It registers being hit very, very poorly. In one motion, it brings its leg up and stomps towards the ground, and you see a massive wall of Martian rock and dust come flying towards you. You know this to be Wall of Sand, a variation on the spell Wall of Fire. A large wall of sand in various spouts erupts around you, locking you in a circular pit of a 150-foot radius.
Son of a bitch.
Ironically, though, because it cast this, all of the other undead have been pushed aside from it, so it's you and the big guy locked in this earthen arena right now. Which is kind of comical, because they're normal-sized walls to you, but to this thing, it's like not even a toothpick, because it's just so tall in space. But you definitely do damage. I will not deny. Oh my goodness. With that, we will pass to our third player, Celine.
Yes.
Celine, you've been taking some time to connect to that crystal, make it a part of who you are, and it a part of you. Security camera's been watching kind of in the distance, but it's still relatively quiet where you are. Not a lot of noise or action has been happening. So, the pearl before you is the oyster you have yet to rip open. Where will you go? What will you find? Where do you explore? Indulge me.
Okay. She will. Can I do? Like I said, can I do another investigation or arcana check?
Absolutely, you certainly can.
Magical mana points.
I have no problem with you playing certain Jones of a state called Indy something or another. References. Yes. Absolutely, you certainly can do an investigation. Please do better than a 5.
Okay, I got a 23.
Not even an issue. This time, as you've finally gotten this damn crystal to connect to you and stop overwhelming your senses, you take that deep breath moment calm the universe. And it's almost like a sonar. Your senses ping outward. And you realize, not far from where you are, out on the main spaceport, there is something pinging your senses. Something buried just beneath the surface of the Martian terrain. And it's sending a big ping back. Almost like multiple ping noises are hitting your mental senses.
At this point, it's almost like a good sensation to her, so she's kind of biting her lip. And she's like, more magic. This place has a jackpot of power. Hopefully it can bring me to at least a fracture of myself. And she will go towards that reading.
The question I have is, do you choose to walk there, or are you going to use Dimensional Door?
Would I be able to use Dimensional Door?
Yes, you would.
Yeah, I would like to use a Dimensional Door.
Well, Dimensional Door or Teleport, either or, are kind of interchangeable in this regard. One is at a lower level, but it still does the same thing, so I just get players to know. But
yeah,
almost negligently, you hold your hand out that has the crystal still there, and you see a beam of energy leave the crystal. A glowing doorway opens before you. You cannot see what is on the other side, but your senses are almost guiding you. So as you step through, thank goodness you're still wearing your atmospheric suit, because you are literally on the surface of Mars. Not far from where there is a large horde of undead and a large monstrous creature that has erected a stand wall not far from what you recognize as the very tip of a black hat of your ally, Jack Blackman.
Oh, they're in trouble. And she goes back to the monopoint.
You're like, oh no, they're fighting. Anyway, so you very easily put another 40 feet and make your way to where you're getting this ping. If you would, please roll for me. In this case, we'll do a strength check, because you have to dig away at the surface of the Martian, planetoid to get to it, right?
Yeah.
So roll for me a strength check. Do better than a 12.
With a -1, I got a 14.
That's beautiful. You have just enough grit and determination filling your body as you just start scooping away bits of rust, bits of rock, bits of dust, and you're feeling ice underneath your fingers. So you're starting to pull away hunks of ice, giant sheets of it. You get about a 2-foot hole, right? You get about 2 foot down, roughly, and that's when you start to feel it. Energy building underneath your fingers. You quickly just start scurrying your hands along, getting as much dirt and as much viscera out of the way as you can. And within the hole, there's a book.
You look like you have importance.
This book has a glowing purple tassel, has a chain wrapped around it that is made of black light that you see taking in and sucking in nearby light away from it. Like it is almost the opposite of light. And on it, you see the symbol of a constellation.
And
you find a book known as the Astronomicon.
Would I be able to do an arcana to unlock this book, said book?
I would say, due to what is going on right now, you need to pass at least a 19 or a higher on an arcana in order to break
Thank God I have
chain.
a +7. That's an 8. That's a 25. 18 + 7.
Your hand grasps the black chain, and almost negligibly, you squeeze motes of black, almost the inverse of light, fly into your body as you break the ancient seal holding the Astronomicon closed. Slowly, knowledge of the universe and how stars truly function and what magic they hold begins to flow into your mind. It's going to take you time to connect to this book. It's going to take you a lot of time to connect to this book, but you can now use this to augment your spell casting. You gain an additional damage dice on your damaging spells.
Oh, I'm keeping you.
It's as you're distracted going over the Astronomicon that I need you to roll for me a dexterity save, please. And that's a 14 from the DM. You might be able to pass this one.
I think I got a 12.
You are unfortunately knocked to your feet and rendered prone, though you still have the book well within your grasp. The shock waves that are running across the surface of Mars from this big monster stomping and moving has literally taken you off of your feet. You can sense the amount of energy that is pouring out of this creature as it sent this shock wave. That is enough to literally disrupt your balance and knock
She
you prone.
sensed that energy.
Oh, absolutely. It's like all of your senses are going haywire, not in the best way. It's like you walked into the middle of a solar flare.
He's like, such immense power. I can't believe I want it. Can I use my bonus action to get myself up? Or is it an action?
Yes. No, you can, technically speaking, because you used movement, it would be an action, but I will allow you in this instance to call it a bonus action to get back up on your feet after being knocked down. It'd be the end of your turn because there's nothing else you can do, but you can get on your feet.
Yeah. I get on my feet.
Beautiful. You are back up on your feet, and our eye in the sky pops over to our next player, Celestia.
Hello.
Celestia, mere moments ago, you literally bitch smacked the head off of a zombie after, sending a magic missile right through its form. There's still a good number of the undead near you, and this big hulking monster has left you alone to pin your ally in a ring of stone. So, where do you best direct your efforts, I wonder?
I would like to target another one of them.
Please do. Question is, now that you have a target, what are you going to do with it?
I shall cast Ray of Frost.
Oh, absolutely. A condensed beam of cryonic energy slowly leaves your outstretched palm, heading towards the enemy. The cap's 10. These are not the hardest enemies to hit in the world, but hit me over that 10 in order to see what damage, and if you hit 19 or 20, you'll do crit.
I have 11 points of damage.
Beautiful. That is enough to drop another one of the undead. You manage to blow out their chest cavity as they fall to their knees and then to their side, no longer moving. Their final moment of rest finally coming upon them. Is there any other actions you wish to take?
I'm gonna kind of move away a bit.
Okay, so you'll take a disengage action? That lets you move 15 feet away instantaneously.
I'm just gonna move to the left.
You're just going to lazily step to the left about 15 feet. Okay. You got it.
Just hover over to the left 15.
You got it. Is there anything else you want to do?
I don't know. Stand to the side and shit talk the 3 men who bear guns because I hate guns and I hate men.
So are you actively choosing to role play this, or are you just doing this in silently?
Do they want? Do you guys want to?
Well, due to Jack being surrounded, he might have the hardest time responding, but the others nearby may have an easier time. So who do you choose as your role play targets?
Our 2.
All right, let's put some time on the clock, and you guys have some fun with it. You let me know when you're done.
All these men's and these guns. Honestly, it's just a lot to pick up with. I don't understand how they do it precisely.
I did nothing wrong. I don't know what you're talking.
It's called point and shoot.
Oh. Well, there's better things to do than just pew pew from far away. You can use magic. Have you ever tried that?
What, like twiddle your thumbs and fart a rain cloud? No, I haven't.
It's not just twiddle your thumbs and buy a rain cloud. It's more like having the whole everything that you need at your fingertips.
I'm sorry, when has a gun ever steered me wrong?
When you could have taken other courses of action, decided to just shoot things instead.
I mean, I could shoot you probably from all the way over here if I curved the bullet.
Oh, I bet you could. But why would you?
I'm just cackling to the side as you guys are bantering.
Oh, we do this all the time.
She always
just-
starts it. I always end it.
No, just to
No.
let you know, I don't just have the option of shooting. You continue.
He starts it most of the time, actually.
Just so you know, I do have the option to go in and fight it with my bare hands, but I figure that barbaric, so I like to use my guns.
I'm just gonna like side eye you up and down, just be like,
Or you don't think I
Rose,
can?
what's your input?
Can we stop talking and start shooting?
I've been shooting this entire time.
Yeah, this is kind of a boring conversation anyway. I'm kind of with Ghost on this one.
Wait,
Us.
Jack?
We have a common enemy.
Yeah,
Ah, crap.
I'm kind of all the way over here, so I kind of can't give you a bro hug right now, but I totally would.
Okay, well, sucks for you.
you men and your guns. I still can't believe it. Anyway,
Believe it, sister. There's 3 men with guns, and you're a woman with magic that basically is practically useless against a bullet because it goes faster than the speed of sound. So, haha.
what did you say?
I said your magic is useless.
Jack, I
Against the
recommend
bullet.
you're in a bad situation.
You know, talk to a chick that could blow fire.
What do you think's going to be faster, her fireball or my bullet?
But, talk.
Jack, you're in a bad
Or-
situation right now. I wouldn't be shit talking.
DM,
I don't care.
am I allowed to use one of my other powers and just lightning strike him down? Like not completely down him.
I do not normally allow combat between allies, as that is a very slippery slope. However, I will, in this instance, instead of using your lightning in order to send judgment, I will allow you to do a roll off against each other. Flat D20 each. Whoever has the higher number is the person who wins this argument.
Let's
Okay, hold on.
go.
Because if we keep this going, this argument could last all the way. That's a long time.
Okay.
That's what
Did
she
you roll,
said.
did you roll yet? Or
It's worth it.
All right, please roll now. And this is Celestia and Jack, by the way, that are doing this roll. Just so you're aware.
I rolled an 18.
Doesn't sound like an 18.
fine. I'll let you win this time.
That's beautiful.
Now, what I would like to do instead is take take a bullet out of one of my pockets and just kind of chuck it like a rock and just hit her on the head with it.
That's still constituting combat in between players. That would still have to roll for damage. I don't want to have to roll for damage for a bullet hitting someone in the head. So I'm going to just say, while the sentiment is hilarious, we just don't take that shot. But Celestia, it is your official turn, so there is more you can do. So what is it you would like to do?
I'm gonna pass it off.
All right, then you're passing it off. Louis, it is all on you. I haven't had a last minute to say, it sucks to be you, your old friend. Where do you draw the line of fire? I'm curious. What's going on? Tell me.
I'm just looking at Celeste and Jack banter back and forth like an old married couple. Ah, son of a bitch. It's like being back with Jack all over again and just
Okay.
So I look at Celeste and I look back at Jack and I run straight to Jack.
So you're going to try and make your way over towards Jack and the wall of stone that's blocking you?
Yeah, just a dumbass in me.
As you slowly approach the rock wall, like above the rock wall, you can see the monster just towering over the arena it's created. But you can't even see Jack anymore. Like at a distance, you can see like the tip of his hat. But as you got closer, even that vanished behind the walls.
Huh. Well, I've climbed over things bigger before.
You want to try and climb the rock wall?
Yeah, I'm gonna try climbing the wall.
All right, difficulty Using grapple, that's going to be a 12 or higher. So using your strength stat for grapple, please roll higher than a 12 in order to kind of pull yourself up and over the lip of the rock wall and drop to the other side.
17.
Not even an issue. It's like you've been doing this your whole life. Your feet easily find purchase, your hand finds grip, and you just one arm flip up and over the side, landing in a crouch, right not far from where Jack is. And that's when you realize the scope of the monster that's before you. This thing is hulkingly big. At a distance, you thought it might have just been a trick of the eyes. No. You can't even see its head. It disappears into the stars above.
Holy shit. Oh, hi, Jack.
Oh,
I love that.
So, cast in stone, I see. Does that mean I could grab your hat and you can't do shit?
I mean, if you
Not gonna
try
lie,
it,
I always wanted to grab this freaking hat off your head, toss it aside, and see if I can trick and shoot it.
You do that, I will end your life. You know that. The last person that tried that got their finger shot off.
Oh, I know. I remember Jimmy. Who cares about Jimmy?
Jimmy was a.
Well, of course. You didn't train him.
Yeah, I know you did.
I learned from the person that trained me.
Why do you always got to throw my ass back in the ring again?
Cause, smartass, you're the one that taught me.
I know. You still don't know how to do that gun spinning trick because you suck.
Well, of course not. I don't use revolvers. I use a scar and a freaking magnum.
You can still use it with the magnum.
Nah, much heavier.
It's all in the wrist.
Great. Now I'm bickering with him like an old woman. What is this big ass monster?
It's some kind of void thing. I don't know what the hell it is, but apparently, I heard stories about it on Terra, so.
Yeah, they skipped that on me.
Louis, using your neurochip, do you want to try and access the Central Security database so you can get any information on this monster ahead of you?
Yes.
Do for an investigation with advantage, then. And do better than a 15.
Nat 20.
I'm not 20. You know this to be a voidling, they which devour flesh and star alike. On Terra, they were known as the devourers of the sky and the monsters of the soul. And particularly in your hometown, you know them to be known as something else. El Diablo.
Oh, shit.
Is that the good kind of oh shit, or is that the bad kind of oh shit?
Remember when Johnny got stuck in the toilet and dropped a grenade? Pin unlocked type of oh shit moment?
Yeah.
Yeah, that oh shit moment.
Oh shit.
That is so good. Aside that wonderful aside statement, how do you choose to address the enemy before you? What do you want to do? Are you going to unhail a rain of bullets? You can try and pull one of your abilities out of your back pocket. What are we looking at, bud?
I'm going to unload a clip. All hollow points.
Absolutely. You take aim and fire. Please do better than the 18 of this creature's armor class.
19.
You just squeak out by that 1 point. Holy crud. If you would, roll that beautiful damage. And I'll tell you what happens.
6, 4, and 5.
All right. 15 points of damage. The creature takes it. You notice your rounds fly through the body, leaving holes behind that slowly reseal by an almost inky blackness. Like you can literally watch the stars through the holes disappear as it heals. Like you have done damage to the creature. It is taking damage, but its flesh is not losing much mass whenever you do. In fact, you're pretty certain your rounds are now continuing off into the vacuum of space at a distance. But that's not all. You and Jack are in this wonderful round stone pit almost, like, right? And you notice it's starting to get a little warm. In fact, it's starting to get very warm. As you look up, you see that there is a type of star material heading towards your general direction, and the fire that is coming off it is warming you at this distance. And it is still pretty high in the sky.
I try breaking Jack free.
All right. How do you envision trying to break Jack free?
Using the butt of my gun.
You're going to try and rifle stock one of the walls, see if you can crumble it?
Yeah.
Rock wall is armor class of 10 per sheet. There are 2 sheets in front of you. You'll need to break at least one to make an escape vantage. So hit higher than a 10 on that to hit, and we'll see what you do.
11.
On an 11, you slam your rifle once, twice, almost with a yell on the third one. You see a giant crack run through it as the half part falls. You have one chance to grab Jack and jump over the wall. Do you take it?
Yes.
Challenge for you. This is going to be strength in order to grapple and then dexterity. So first, the strength. That's going to be a 17 in order to pick Jack up from where he is.
Okay, so my strength class is +1. And what was the strength originally?
Okay, so you're going to have to do a 17 or higher in order to grab Jack and on the strength check just to pick him up. And this is based on his... Oh, beautiful. Like, you grab him up by the flak jacket and hoist him into the atypical fireman's carry maneuver. Now it's getting up over the half of a wall. So using your dexterity, overcome... Oh, it's a nat 20 for the DM. Hit a 20 or higher to match me.
21.
You just managed to squeak.
Oh my fucking god.
It's like the adrenaline of oh shit is coming. You have just enough speed to book it up and over that half of a rock wall. Like, you're making it a couple feet away. It's like time is slowing down just a little bit as you're running with Jack on your shoulder. And Jack is watching with rapt attention as this star-like object crashes into the ground at the foot of this monstrous creature. The creature takes no damage from the impact, but it's staring down curiously at the molten ball of something that has now crashed into the surface. And it's with that we pass our perspective to our next player, Dr. Ferrum.
Yes, sir.
A lot's been happening. Your allies have been in all kinds of combat. A star has literally landed on the surface, or well, what appears to be a star matter of some kind, has landed on the surface of Mars. And this giant creature is off in the distance. Though the rock wall that it created is slowly crumbling now that its purpose has failed, it is still very much out there, and the horde of undead are still clambering. What do you do?
Have I seen this creature before?
In your studies, yes, you absolutely have. You have seen this creature only one other time when you have been studying, before some of your experiments took root, and you became known as Ferrum, when you were still the doctor.
What would I know about it?
You would know that this creature is literally created from negative tachyons, that is quite literally eating other material to continue a ongoing thermonuclear reaction. It is literally constantly in need to eat to survive, to sustain its own biochemical reactions for life. It is a creature of the void. It is not meant of this world, so it must eat in order to survive. Otherwise, it takes whatever's near it with it back to the void where it came from.
Okay. I would like to use my plot point here.
Absolutely. Please, I will put 45 seconds on the clock. Your plot point and how you shape the world begins right now.
All right, Dr. Ferrum is going to meld back into the earth once more. If it works, it works, you know. He's going to travel as Mars underneath this creature, and instead of swallowing up, because then he is, as he said, an he consumes matter, I'm going to essentially make a giant fist and punch him off of Mars. That's my plan right now.
All right. Using your plot point, you make this giant fist, and you are rocketing it up skyward towards the entity's face. I'm going to need for you to roll, because literally at 45 seconds is when you said, I'm going to try and knock it into space. Right?
Yep.
So, as you get ready to hit, we need to make this look official. I need you to roll for me your 2 hit. And since you used a plot point, your challenge is going to be a 2.
Ooh. I think a 14 beats.
Oh, absolutely. On that 14, you're going to rocket that fist up into its face. I'm going to need you to roll for me 5d12s worth of bludgeoning damage.
5d12. Yeah, I'm just trying to get the thing off of the Earth. That's my plan right now.
Oh, you're going to hit it. You're not going to get it off of Mars, but you're going to hit it. Yeah,
Okay.
5d12.
Ooh, those are awful rolls. 2, 4, 1 for the first 3, and then a 5 and a 2.
All right, it definitely takes a little bit of damage. Like, that fist has hurt it. It stumbled it. You didn't manage to knock it into orbit, but you've managed to make it retreat. It is prone, absolutely. That's
Nice.
prone. Like, you cracked it right on its invisible jaw, and it just, like Goliath, toppled to the ground.
Uppercut.
The planetary uppercut has been established. Oh, goodness. With the use of a plot point, that disables a fair amount of your other actions, but you still have some other things you can do on the table. What would you like to do?
I believe what I would do next is I would then spawn in front of it, like where the fist came up, it would come down, and I would just be walking out of like the elbow part, the weenus part, and then I'd be walking towards Jack and Tyrus, or is it Jack and Tyrus or Jack and Ghost?
It'd be Jack, Tyrus, and Ghost, as well as Celestia on the outskirts.
Okay. Actually, instead, those three are safe. I'm gonna go make sure that Celestia is okay. That's my plan right now.
All right.
I would spawn up next to her. Yes.
Beautiful. So you slowly are making your way towards Celestia, kind of brushing the dust off, and I give the roleplay time to you both now.
Celestia, are you okay?
Yeah, okay. A little shocked, kind of dusting myself off, but okay.
In what manner?
I'm fine. Just, a little baffled. That's all.
Are boys being boys again?
Unfortunately.
They tend to do so.
Yes, they do. Especially, that's Jack. We all know how he is.
I think they help our chances at survival. Do we need to like them? No.
So correct.
I have a gift for you later.
A gift for me?
Yes, but let us save our quote-unquote boys first.
Oh, okay.
Are you hurt at all?
I don't believe so. I mean, I feel fine on the outside. If there's anything wrong, it's probably just maybe a minor bruise or something. I mean, I'm not able to see much right now because of all the, dust and dirt around.
There's an inside, though. How does that feel?
Just a bit taken back by everything that's been going on lately. But other than that, I'm okay.
Without all of the evidence and logic and facts, I am not able to make a correct hypothesis. So please explain.
Well, you know how I am. My feelings against people, especially men, how I've explained that to you before, and now more of them have appeared, and they seem to have the same attitude as Jack does. Does not really rub well with me.
I understand. Well,
But
let's keep them on our side because they seem to do a lot of ammunition-based diplomacy. Do we have to enjoy it? No, but we do have to survive it.
yeah, like I was saying, I guess I can tolerate them.
No, you don't have to tolerate them. We just have to survive. And they help. Maybe they will have a gooey center. And if we can't find it, I will.
Mm.
And I smiled at you.
You see her for the first time give a little bit of a smirk and a nod.
He will take his hand and give you a noogie, but it'll leave a bunch of red dust, like iron dust on your, and then he'll turn and say, "Let's go."
Go.
Beautiful, you two. As you slowly make your way towards your other allies, our eye in the sky cuts to Sir Bell, who has been making his way towards you all. Sir Bell, if you would you like to access the central database computer, see if you can get a general scope of things as you've been traversing quite a distance to reach your allies?
Yeah, sure. I've been thinking about it this whole time because I was going to where originally I saw them, just going there, but I never went back to Minibelt to make sure. So I imagine this happens. I'm going the wrong way. I'm I do not hear fighting anymore. So I switch over the consciousness or whatever optic to Minibelt and see that they're in different locations. So I just turn around, slowly walk back over to where they are now. and then I'd like to check the status to see like how many like codes were in on Minibel unlocking
absolutely.
this system.
Minibel in this time has ran 10,000 separate computations of various ways of passwords and various letter arrangements. It's as you're looking in that you see a green light that says password accepted. Ollivander rules 02 accepted. Do you access?
Should have been the first one I tried.
Do you access the security suite properly as well as the base defenses?
Yeah, I opened it up as Minibel.
Oh yeah, as Minibel, you kind of fly in where you need to put in your main data receptacle. You hit a couple of switches. Large laser cannons slowly rise from various entry points around the complex. A large energy field starts to go over the entirety of it. You can see it forming through your optics, and you see the readouts. 100% power, 200% power, absolute defense active, plasma cannons active, neodymium charge cannons active, deep space depth charges prepared for launch. There's a number of active combat suites, but that's not all. Through your optics, you see that there's some type of crater on the surface of Mars, and a glowing object is in the center. And much to your surprise, along its surface, you see a giant crack form.
Can I determine anything else, or is it just a crack to me?
Oh, please roll an in-depth investigation, and I will give you +2 advantage since you are using your technological enhancements to help you find the answer. That's a 10 for the DM.
You said +2, right?
Yeah.
Thank goodness, I got a 9, so...
That's an 11?
Yeah.
On an 11, as you start scanning this unusual object, your telemetry data begins to come back with a biochem analysis. It's living matter. It's an egg. And something is coming from it, for it is cracking, a little larger at a time. Pieces of the shell start flying off.
Can I determine how powerful these weapons are?
Oh, absolutely. You notice that these are almost world-class weapon destroyers. If used incorrectly, these could destroy a planetoid very easily.
Can I, like, tinker with one of them? Not all of them, but tinker with one of them from, like, here to maybe, like, adjust the power level on it?
I'm going to have to say a difficulty rating for you to do that's a 19. So you're going to do a 19 or better with tech interface. So this would be your investigation roll, basically.
Okay. 23.
Oh, absolutely. You pick one of various weaponry. You can you tell me which one you select. Do you choose one of the pulse cannons? Do you select one of the ion cannons? One of the depth charge launchers? Like, what are you choosing to tinker with?
Probably one of the pulse cannons. It'll probably destroy even if I weaken it, but I don't want it to blow up a planet, you know. I just need something to destroy the egg before it hatches.
I understand. So you're going to try and calibrate the damage in order to do less and see if you can eradicate the egg?
Yeah, maybe just a big hole where the egg would be rather than, you know, blowing up the whole planet.
All right. You very easily calibrate the large plasma cannon. You take aim at the egg. Do you fire?
Before I fire, do I have a chance to, like, make sure no one's near it? Like, because even if I don't know the blast, I know how powerful I made it, but I don't know the blast radius exactly or anything like that. Like,
you
don't want to.
I
wouldn't fire.
You caught me, Skippy. I was waiting for you not to say anything. You caught me.
No,
all right.
Sir Bell would have made sure no one's in the blast radius because he does not know how exact the blast radius will get.
So your effective range is 4 miles per round on the plasma cannon, and it has a 300-foot casting radius when you do damage. If you use this, you will hit your allies right now. They do not have enough time to get out of the way. Them in splash damage range if you fire right now. But you can certainly fire, and then you have only 2 allies that are really in the way of damage currently.
I'm just going to switch back to my main body. Not really tap an earpiece because no ears. I don't know. Go through the comm systems and just say, "Alert! I am awake." First off, I would like to say I am back. Anyone and everything on the comms needs to move immediately to the farthest away location from the crater. If you are near the crater, you are in danger. I have one of the weapons online, and the blast radius could annihilate, and the power could annihilate all of you if you do not either enter the facility immediately or run for your lives. And I will proceed to fire in the next minute or two.
It's beautiful. As you send this warning out, our eye in the sky cuts to one Celine Donovan, who has been studying the various powers and looking for all types of magical artifacts, having recently come into contact with the Astronomicon itself. Celine, you've been sensing all kinds of wild magic coming off of this entity. I give you the choice. As the digital hand known as Sir Bell is about to press the plasma cannon and fire a dangerous volley towards the enemy and even some of your allies, do you choose to intervene?
Yes.
Or do you take the extra option?
I would like to intervene.
Using your magic in the crystal, I will give you a choice on how you can intervene. You can choose to do a mass teleport of your allies, moving them to your immediate area at the cost of some of the power within your crystal. Or I will allow you to attempt to absorb power from the voidling itself and use that to fuel one of your spells. It could be good, or it could be bad. The choice is yours.
Would I still be able to use one of my plot points?
Please, you can use a plot point for this. You'll have 45 seconds on the clock. You tell me what happens.
No, I don't want to use the plot point yet. I want to do this decision and then use the plot point.
I understand that you want to make your decision first and then use the plot point on the results. Understandable. What is the decision and path you choose to take today?
She is kind of like, with her time, she's kind of contemplating people, power. People, power. People, power. Power. It's always something. And you see her pull out the gem. As she exerts her magic through this gem to do a mass teleport.
Every one of your allies glows an iridescent light, almost
before it goes. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no, just letting you know for your visuals. As you cast your will out through the stone, they all glow in time with the color of the crystal. Please tell me how you will use your plot point.
With this plot point, would I be able to teleport them out and take some of the energy of the monster?
Yes, you would. Since you have activated your mass teleport in order to get your allies to safety, you're the only one left on the battlefield. So what you do on the battlefield now is up to you.
Can I do like a telepathic thing before they like teleport?
Oh, please. I'm going to give you the last moments of our session to take your telepathic message and tell me with your plot point what you do. And then I will tell the world what happens next. But you have the sound of my mute, which is now to go.
While you guys are glowing, what you all hear in your head is Celine's voice, and all you hear is, "Consider this a death." And as you teleport out, she concentrates on the enemy, on the voidling, and she raises her hand. And as her hands raise, just this wild magic of this purple energy just shoots out towards it, and it almost like absorbing and like sucking at the enemy. It's that black energy that's getting extracted to her is turning purple as she is absorbing this voidling's power, and she's just cackling maniacally, just and she's just absorbing it till it breaks till it tries to break away from it.
You have been drawing in so much power from the voidling, taking in that which is from the nature of destruction itself, to the point where your physical form alters for a time. Your skin goes completely see-through, and all you can see is stars and the cosmos beneath your blood. You have taken that which is the essence of the void, and as you take the last little bits of energy that you can possibly hold within your form, the monstrous form winks out of existence, and in its place, a micro-sized black hole. It starts pulling in rust, debris, undead, bits and pieces of flesh and bone, until with a sickening crunch noise, it collapses in upon itself. All of this as Sir Bell hits the laser cannon button. You see the giant cannon roar to life and blast a huge beam of energy down on the egg. For a moment, all seems peaceful. You see smoking remains out of the crater until a large deformed arm reaches out, claws extruded, grabbing at either side of the hole. And much to your surprise, Celine, you see an entity that you have seen in your nightmares before. A true demon has landed on the surface of Mars, born from the death, destruction, and uncast souls. It has its putrid eyes locked on you. And as you're staring at this creature, as it's staring at you back, you hear a chuckle from behind you. And a very southern drawl speak up. If I didn't know any better, I'd say you was avoiding yourself there, little darling. But I can see you're built better. As you turn your head, you see a gentleman decked in black attire. Nice, fitted hat, almost a fedora style. Long cigar dangling out of his lips. A rifle strapped to his back.
And who might
Who might I be, little lady? Well, some call me Whistler, but I think you know who I am. Tapping at his fingers to the head, knowing that you can read minds.
Clever. What is it that you want?
Well, the same things any man wants, really. House, home, picket fence, and as much power as a man can hold. But that's not what you want to know. That ain't what you're asking me, is it? Nah. You want to know why I'm here.
It seems that you have common sense.
When you say common sense, he reaches into his lapel pocket and pulls out a glowing card, one you recognize with your eyes wide. You've seen this card before, for he pulls from the deck of many things. You see an hourglass show up on the card. As much as I love stepping back to learn who you are, and believe me, Miss Donovan, I know who you are, we is gonna have to have this talk a little later. Seems my kin ain't too far away. Look after him for me, will you? Uncle Jack's always been a wild cannon. And with that, our session comes to an end.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was session 5 of Interstellar Dystopia. Next week, we bring session 6. This week, session 2 will be dropping. And yes, a little bit of lore about Whistler has been dropped for our wonderful players. Jack, you were so sure it was your kid. It is not.
DM, I'd like to reload.
God damn it.
I have a nephew?
I like to reload.